by implementing those better urbanization models that we are keen to see in China happening, that we can learn again, and then we can use those because I see this, everybody learns from each other.
Great, great. The fact that China's fast growing, including green cities, even it's a good example. It's a successful example, but it's really not an example which can be learned by developing countries or developing countries worldwide. But China will be the best example of a large consumption of public daily life. I mean, like IT, like iPhone, like mobile, like automobiles. So we will have 50,000 climate marks of green shops all over China, and we will have another 50,000 green shops and climate marks all over the world. Let's see in next 5 years. Thank you.
I would have to come back to the most important topic that I felt so strongly, that government and institute work together with the China city government at the highest level to create their own green urban development standard and implement the standard throughout the country.
Mr. Lee?
我认为还是刚才讲的，这个从青少年的教育是最重要，从小让他有一个环保的这个理念，养成一种环保的一种生活的习惯和方式，这样是最重要的。也是中国已经也在这样做。2013年，中国的第一个低碳年也是发动全中国的青少年都要参与，已经在推动这样。
What I think is that one of the most important things is still to influence the next generation to change what they think about environmental protection, and also for the first low carbon year in China, 2013, all the teenagers and the younger generations are encouraged to take part in it. I think this is very important.
Great, thank you. So we have time for 2 questions. Anyone wants to ask a question?
Just picking up on Stephen's comment about the demonstration projects. We've been involved in a number of government projects, demonstration projects. In each case, we had clients who were prepared to take a risk for some of the experimentation. And that's the key to make the quantum leaps. You really have to throw the book away and rethink the whole process. So I'm just wondering whether there's the change in the mindset to actually take on those sorts of projects. It's moving into another territory that's not necessarily the safe solutions, but it means direction from, I guess, from central government that this is worth exploring, and lessons need to be learnt, and that's the part of the process, I guess. So do you see that interest in pursuing that approach?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It can only happen at the moment probably in China, I think, because the risk averseness in developments has grown potentially, also in Australia, and it's so hard because we want to have guarantees for everything. If we have trust built in China, we see a leader who says, yes, it looks great, I believe in it, I want it. And of course he wants to have, or she wants to have a monument of their legislation period. One problem is always the political cycle, and that's something you mentioned earlier. 3-4 year political cycles, 5-year political cycles are just too short for long-term planning. But I couldn't agree more what you said. The demonstration projects will put it on the spot and will prove the concept. The proof is in the pudding, as we say.
Okay, so one more question.
Thank you. Going back to what Ed Blakely said at the end of the last presentation, where India was able to skip over the copper phone network and go straight to a mobile network, I see a huge opportunity in terms of energy infrastructure for China to skip over high-cost transmission distribution of energy and go straight to advanced microgrids for a lot of the remote communities. And in a presentation I had with some members of the Chinese government last year, they said there was 50,000 remote villages that need electrification or improvement. I'd see that as a huge opportunity. Anyone like to comment on that?
Anyone's comment?
Also, the fast growing of requirement from the public, from daily life, from the factories and so on. But I think there's two legs to go into that. First, we will need use conventional energy and use energy saving method to decrease the requirement. Then to build more and more solar power plant and other green biogas and so on. And also another important is individual consumption of energies, which can be covered by the different solar products and other green products. That's I think that's the way of solving.
Okay, thank you. So, finish our sessions. It's been a long day. We have cocktail outside. I think it's ready. I'm not sure. I can't see anything. But please give a big hand to our VIP speakers.